Welcome to the video wrap for day one of the SMSF Association National Conference here in Melbourne for 2019. And it's brought to you by Accurium, your trusted partner for SMSF education and actuarial certificates, and Self-Managed Super magazine, the premier SMSF publication. I'm Darin Tyson-Chan, editor of Self-Managed Super. And the day got off in the usual way with a thought leadership breakfast discussing what role SMSFs should play in the Australian superannuation system. Panellist Michael Rice from Rice Warner said underestimating the positive impact of SMSFs was dangerous.
If we clobber SMSFs, we ban franking credits, and we'll have a whole raft of people with, say, $1 million who will spend a lot of money to become part pensioners, and that can't be in the national interest. So I think one of the fears I have is that we have a short-term tax-driven society that doesn't look at the long-term impact of some of the things they do.
Fellow panellist Eva Shearink from AIST predicted the importance of SMSFs could lead to some adverse events, given her experience with APRA-regulated funds.
And as you all know, there's been a lot of reviews into APRA-regulated superannuation, with focus most recently, I guess, by the Royal Commission and the Productivity Commission, but also, the Financial System Inquiry and plenty of other reviews, one after the other. The SMSF space has been saved from those for the most part up until now. I don't think there will be another review into APRA-regulated funds for some time. So I just want to flag that maybe it's the SMSF space's turn for a bit of a review.
SMSF Association Chair then officially opened the conference. Deborah Ralston drew attention to a key takeout from the Productivity Commission that suggested SMSFs are only cost-effective for people with super balances over $1 million.
This was a conclusion that drew attention to the paucity of accurate cross-sectional superannuation data and the resultant difficulties in making comparisons between SMSFs and APRA-regulated funds. With assistance from our platform providers, the Association was able to successfully argue that the data and methodology used by the Commission to make these comparisons was flawed.
Association CEO John Moroney then took the stage to announce some new initiatives for members, including a new technical support service and some educational activity changes.
We're also in the process of revamping our respected SSA specialist accreditation. We'll modernise the SSA by shifting it to a course-based education method rather than the current single exam approach. This will be in line with the course-based learning that FASEA is pointing to as best practice. We're aiming for the new SSA program to be rolled out from 1 July this year.
SMSF Association patron Tim Costello used his address to reflect on Kenneth Haynes' recommendations at the conclusion of the Banking Royal Commission and what he thought was the key takeaway message.
Well, when we think of what he's saying, he's going, in ethics, do the right thing. I think you can actually summarise the volumes down to a simple message. Haynes is saying, just do the right thing. The right thing by your client, whatever your self-interest is.
The morning plenary sessions concluded with a legislation and regulation update from Super Concepts' Peter Burgess. During the presentation, he warned of an issue that could arise if SMSFs included more family members as a result of the increase in the maximum number of members a fund could have.
One thing, we're going to have to be very, very careful that we understand where the balance of power lies, because there's an increased likelihood, of course, of the adult children in the fund outnumbering the parents in the fund, and without careful planning, that can give rise to some unintentional outcomes for self-managed super funds.
The breakout sessions then commenced with one stream featuring a regulatory update presented by ASIC's Kate Metz, where she revealed a surprising insight into SMSF trustees.
We did find that people were also quite responsive to property one-stop shops, to cold calls, which was, I think, quite surprising to us. And a lot of people also got ideas from real estate agents as well. So, you know, I guess that was a mixed bag of results for us, some surprises and some things that we were sort of expecting to see. Interestingly, a number of consumers said that they really liked dealing with one-stop shops.
So there's some of the things that happened on day one at the SMSF Association National Conference. Highlights from day two include a regulatory update from the ATO in the afternoon. I'm Darin Tyson-Chan. Thanks for watching.